Mouse PI for Hire opens with a clear statement from Fumi Games about how much effort went into it, and the game backs that up from the first frame. You play as Jack Pepper, a war hero turned detective, pulled into a missing persons case that grows into something bigger. The setting mixes crime, corrupt officials, and odd characters in a city full of talking animals, and it quickly shows what kind of story it wants to tell. The game leans hard into noir ideas, with a tired lead, crime at every level, and a strong city setting, but it also knows when to loosen up and have fun. Pepper cracks too many puns to fit the usual serious tone, and while the story has plenty of twists, not all of them feel meaningful by the end. Some plot threads fade out, and the detective side of things never takes the lead in gameplay, which makes it feel more like a shooter with a detective theme instead of a true investigation game. There is a steady stream of references to films, games, and old cartoons, and most of them land well because they feel built into the world instead of forced in. The game shows clear respect for its influences without turning into a constant reference reel. Where Mouse really works is its atmosphere. The music, the animation, and even the interface all move with a rhythm that keeps the tone consistent. Small touches like animated health and ammo indicators help sell the style without getting in the way. Death animations stand out the most as enemies go down in different ways depending on the weapon and situation, and it stays fun to watch even after hours of play. Combat takes up most of the experience, and it feels solid but not always exciting. At times it feels controlled, almost like enemies are pushed toward you in waves, while at its best it turns into fast and chaotic fights that keep you alert. You move through levels, clear enemies, grab clues, and return to your office, repeating this loop for most of the game. There are puzzles and small platforming sections, but they take up little time compared to shooting. The variety in weapons and limited ammo pushes you to switch often, which keeps things from getting stale early on. Level design helps at first with different lengths and pacing, but later levels stretch longer and slow things down. Frequent save points remove tension, and by the final hours the game starts repeating ideas without adding much new. Extra abilities and side jobs exist, but they rarely change how you play in a meaningful way. Mouse PI for Hire stands out because of its style and tone, and it shows clear effort in its design and presentation. The atmosphere carries the experience, while the combat does its job without pushing further. The story has strong moments, but loses impact as it goes on. It ends up as a good shooter with a strong identity, even if it runs out of ideas before it finishes. For more, check out our reviews of Pragmata or Replaced. Thanks for watching.